So this video is for my friend Soltis, and we're in the same clan and Raid Shadow Legends. I'm going to take him through how I use uh, Skullcrusher and Clan Boss. This is going to be a little bit problematic because the Clan Boss is Green Affinity, what is that, Spirit Affinity, and he puts a slowing speed on this, so that affects the turn order, so that screws up anything for a normal turn order. I could put Mausoleum Mage in this to kind of prevent it, but he's not set up for Clan Boss at all right now. He's actually not the wrong speed, but he's in Frost gear, so that's not gonna help. So here's the part that I wanted to show. Let me make this bigger. Um, there's 5 champions. I'm going to show Skullcrusher last. The first champion, I said in the beginning that speed should be between 170 and 190 for Nightmare. There's different ways you can finick it, make this optimize this, like having a 4-3 or 2-4-3 champions. But this is to show you the proper placement for Skullcrusher in the beginning, and I think I might be able to block some of the green affinity stuff. I will have to manual the clan boss. It's partly because of the characters I use. So I use Venus here. You can see speed is 214. That's a little bit too fast. Or is that 204? Is my brain not working? 204. I use Manaya as a kind of a healer, 183. So again, the 183 is under 190. I use Tyrant, who's 174. He doesn't actually, just a note, he doesn't actually need lifesteal gear because of his A1. He's going to have HP burn on the clan boss a lot, so he's going to actually heal 50% of that. And since he gets a lot of attacks from the counter attack, he actually does a really good job of healing himself. Also, his defense is 4,000, so he doesn't need it as much. I also use Skullcrusher. I said to do last. Tyrell is my attack down, 186. I actually kind of prefer that be a little bit slower. Maybe I should. Yeah, I should probably 16. Uh, get that to 16. And then Skullcrusher, who's at 173. Notice he's at 174. So he is literally the slowest. So I'm going to go into the clan boss right now, and I really wish this was any other affinity because it would work. It would be easier to show, but we'll try it this way. Start. First thing I do is I make sure that I'm not on auto isn't collect. Okay. So Venus is the fastest, so she goes first, and she gets the defense down and weakened, which is great. Next is Tyrell, who's at 186. I think if that's Manaya. So we're going to do this. Now we're going to hope that we don't get a speed debuff after this. I'm going to put this up. Normally I wouldn't do this in the run until turn 17 because you don't really need it. But because he puts increased defense up, and because of one of Manaya's abilities, she actually blocks debuffs when she casts it if there's a defense up. She should just have a defense up, in my opinion, but whatever. It's not like she's super overpowered. And then now I'm going to hit the counterattack. Now here's the thing to note. On turn 0, the clan boss, when he goes, he's going to do an AoE attack. They call it AoE 1. And in AoE 1, because I'm going to put the counterattack up now, everyone's going to have 2 stacks of counterattack when he does his AoE 1. Then when turn count goes to 1, every single one of these characters is going to go exactly 1 time, and they're going to use up 1 counterattack, and then AoE 2 is going to happen. If Skullcrusher went, say, 3rd before Tyrell and Tyrant, well, when they went during turn 0, they would have used up one of the stacks of counterattack, so that when he does AoE 2, which will be after turn 1, or after turn count 1, they wouldn't actually get their counterattack. Now, it's bad for a bunch of reasons. One, because you're missing damage, but because some of them are in lifesteal gear, or Tyrant's A1 heals him, they're missing heals, so people could die quicker, and you're missing the damage. So you always want the ideal situation is that your counterattack champion goes last on turn 0, and then every 3 after that. So turn 0, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, so on and so forth. Because if he goes last on that, that means everyone will get 2 stacks of counterattack right before the clan boss does his AoE. Then the next time the clan boss goes, he'll do his AoE, and then he'll do his single target stun when the counterattack is worn off. And one is only hitting one champion, so only one champion can get the counterattack, but often he stuns that champion, so he can't get the counterattack anyway. So you want to have counterattack off. You mean it would be nice to have counterattack on infinitely, but it really doesn't matter because on turn, uh, after he goes after turn count 2, um, it's only going to be one person. So it's almost unimportant to have counterattack up all times. I mean, if you have block debuffs up all time, or he hits a character that can't be stunned, then okay, then you get one extra attack. So I'm going to put up the counterattack now, and you'll see they'll go. Manaya, one day somebody should do a video on her on how to actually set her up for this, because on the counterattacks you see some of them they all got their hits right. So she'll if she goes last on the counterattack, she will put the heal buff this heal buff on whoever is the lowest. So whoever didn't get proc the life steal War Master or whatever the Giant Slayer proc who didn't get the big heal, she'll put the heal on. So it's nice to have Minaya go last on your counterattack team. So we'll go like this. Now we'll go like this, and no one has a slow debuff. And if I read this correctly, yeah, she puts a block debuff. So now I'm going to get an extra 2 turns where, except it's not on him and him because they're going to go last. They're going to eat up these turns, the uses of that. But now they're protected from getting a, so all the debuff was all blocked. That was the slow that he wanted to put on. So, yep, then they're going to go. I wish I had her booked, but I don't have books for her. Go. And now he might put up, okay, he didn't. He'll walk out of the stun. It was bad for him to get the stun because now, well, we'll show you. And I'll show you something else that's, if we make it to turn 5 without getting slow debuffs, which is almost impossible, I'll show you something else. But I'm doing the best I can with what I got. Boom. And see, now this is because he got stunned, which was bad. Now, this doesn't happen except for this run, because he's negative affinity, and he has less health than her. That's why he got stunned. So you don't want him getting stunned, because if he gets stunned, great, he gets to walk out of it, but now I don't have the counterattack for the first AoE. So that's a lot of damage lost, actually, and plus the other problems. And now someone's going to get a speed debuff? No, got lucky. It's 3 turns, so I'm never going to be able to block it again. Oh. Yeah, so remember when I said that she's too fast? By her going twice this turn, if she had the counterattack up, she would have used it up already. So that's the problem with having someone too fast out of sync. Now you would say, because remember I would have put this on the previous turn, so I'll put these up. And here's a slow debuff, so everything's broken after that. So I think I explained what I want to, but maybe I'll be able to get some other value out of this. See, we had counterattack up during the stun phase, and it got us nothing. That's why you don't need perpetual counterattack up, because it does nothing on the turn that he does the stuns, which will be turns 2, 5, 8, 8, 11, etc. See if I can show something here. Actually, I'm just going to stop recording here so the file is not too big. I hope this explains everything, and if not, we can talk about it in Discord or something if you'd like.